Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Sean, and I'm here with another video. It's been about a month since I started playing tennis again. Before that, I was like 23-year hiatus, and then I started playing tennis last year in October because I got diagnosed with diabetes 2, and I was pushing about 245 on a 5'6", 5'7" frame. So I wasn't even aware that I was out of shape because I was just going through so much emotional and mental stress from being sick with my hips hurting, and carrying extra weight, and the medicine I was on made me gain weight. And it wasn't like I ate a bunch of food to actually enjoy the fact that I was big. So yeah, I started watching tennis channels, and one of the first couple of channels I came across was a channel called Big Boys Tennis, and I really liked that guy. He's really nice, and he does stuff with his family. He plays tournaments, and I was just at his channel today, and he was winning. They won a 4-5 doubles match, and when I was reading the comments, I was saying, "Oh, this is the 4-5 tennis, and this is 3-5 and 3-0 tennis." Look, dude, people stop with this bullshit with these ratings. I'm telling you, most of you people making comments wouldn't know what a 4-0 or 4-5 player looked like, even if you were out there hitting with them. We're not pros, okay? People are gonna miss shots. And if you've been watching this dude's tennis channel for like for a year, he's gotten way better, and I'm really impressed with his touch at the net. He's got amazing touch. He's got a good serve. His partner was missing some returns. I think if his partner would have made more returns on the backhand side, they would have really took it to those guys. Those fellas wouldn't have won the 5 games, and they would probably won that match 6-3, 6-2. They were playing really well, and I've seen this on every channel. Like, I've seen people making comments that Winston Dew isn't a 5-0 player or a 4-0 player or a 4-5 player or whatever. That guy would smoke most of you guys talking shit about these dudes. Another guy, Trey from Winners Only Tennis, he's been playing tennis for 2 years, and this dude's already at like a solid 4-0 player. And the one thing, like everybody has this problem, we're not pros, as our backhands. Like sometimes they're on and sometimes they're off. And I noticed with Trey, when he's hitting his backhand really well, he's bending his legs and he's using his hips to turn into the ball more. And then when he misses balls, same with me, or anybody else, he's using more of his arm and trying to snap the ball at the last second with his wrist, and then the ball will go a little long or maybe a little wide because you don't really have control of that. And that kind of stuff, like that shot, I'd keep that shot, but I'd use it for on return serves because it's a shorter stroke, you see. But some of the things I do before I start hitting off the tennis ball machine, which most of you guys don't see, is I got 2 old socks, and they're long ones, and I put 3 tennis balls in there, and in each one of them. And then before I serve, or hit, I'll take the tennis ball, the socks, and I'll just do this to loosen my arms up. And I suggest you guys, no matter what age you are, to do this, to start doing this now, because when you get older, you're gonna hurt yourself by going out there and just playing and just trying to crack serves really hard or hit ground strokes. You want to get your arms loosened up, and this is just enough weight to do that, and you're basically using the same motion as you're doing when you're serving. When you serve the ball, you're rocking, you can practice doing it that way too, rocking. I got the other sock tying it up, but yeah, you can do that. They say left-handed, you practice, same like that, and just you get warmed up. And I was playing with, when I first started playing tennis, I was playing with the Wilson Profiles. They're 95s, they're made of Kelvar, and I love those rackets, but I'm not, my timing was off, and I wasn't as fast as I was when I was younger. I'm starting to get my speed back and move a little bit better than I was before. But as everybody saw in my last video, I have to get an MRI done on my knee to find out if there's anything really seriously wrong with it. And then my hip too has got a little wear and tear on it. And then obviously you've seen the x-rays that I shared with you with my back. That's been like that for years, and it's just gonna get worse. So I have no control over that. All I can do is do my exercises that I've been doing which, you know, every day is hard to do. I'm 52 years old. I'll be 53 in December. I'm not making excuses up. And I look forward to playing Trey because, like I said, he seems like a really nice guy. And there's a lot of people I'd like to play doubles with in singles. You know, I'd like to meet a lot of you guys in person. I really like your attitudes about life, and I really like the way you carry yourselves. And most of the people that I see on these channels are gentlemen and ladies. You know, they are respectful to their opponents. And you know, Winston, sometimes he loses badly to pros, and you know, like, because they're professional players, and he takes it with a grain of salt. And the same with my friend over there with Big Boy Tennis. I've seen him lose matches, you know, to better players. This is a while back. He's gotten a lot better. So when you go to people's channels, don't disrespect their abilities, because you don't even know what their abilities are, because you're not on the court, and cameras are very deceiving. Like, I heard someone saying something about Trey serve, that they could, you know, return it pretty easily and stuff. No, it's not going to be easy to return a serve. That guy's cracking serves in the 120-mile bracket probably. He probably could get them up to about 125. But you know, like, placement, that's the only thing I was saying. And then, you know, coming in behind that shit, bro, do some serving and volleying, because you are good at volleying. You're getting better, and it happens to everybody. You lose confidence in a stroke, and then you abandon it, and that's what I'm going to be working on today, is do my backhand, do slices. I got the ball machine set up short, so I want the ball to bounce short so I can practice slicing and drop shots and things like that, and then practice driving the ball with my backhand, you know, and using my hips. I want to learn, I want to play like I used to play back in the 90s, and when I was playing in tournaments a lot. I had one of the better backhands, and because I turned on the ball really good. And the way I was taught I was taught to play tennis, is you get the ball on the rise. So I used to catch the ball very early, and now I'm not doing that because of the new style of play, and I'm letting the ball bounce. But when I'm playing good, like when I was playing singles recently, before I got injured, I was playing really good, and this guy that I play against, he's a solid 4-0 player and has every shot in the arsenal. He just doesn't move that well, and I was teeing off on my backhand, because they were, you know, when we first started playing, I'd lose to this guy like 6-1, 6-2, 6-0 sometimes. I was fucking frustrated because I couldn't move to the ball, and I kept working on it, and I've been working on this stuff for over a year now. So tennis isn't easy. The only sport that I've found to be in my life that's been harder to learn and play or do than tennis is surfing, because you're going up against the ocean and shit like that, and the waves just don't stop. You have to constantly paddle. You got to constantly duck dive. You got to constantly, you're paddling for the waves. You have to paddle through the waves. So it's, you know, and what I like about tennis is, when you miss a shot, that's your fault. Like, there's nobody else to blame but you, and that's what I like about tennis. I mean, surfing too. If you fall off the board, it's your fault. You know, like you didn't stay on the board. And same thing with tennis. When you miss a shot, you made a mistake. So you got to know why you make the mistake, and then try not to repeat the same thing, but making that mistake. You know, but as a tennis community, you shouldn't go to other people's channels and be ugly to them. And then, you know, like Mark Satentis just trolls people, and I never say that guy's name right. I swear I'd like to meet him in person so I can apologize. I just never say, but he trolls people and he has fun with it, and some people take it seriously. Like when I made this USTA video, he was, you know, saying, bet me $500 he can beat me 0-0 or whatever. Whatever, bro, you know. I can beat you in football probably, you know. I can probably beat you in baseball. I can probably beat you in a lot of things that you can beat me at, you know, like tennis you can beat me at. But that's because you're 30 years old. But if I was in my 30s, when I used to play, before I had, actually 28, I had to stop because I had my hip replaced. But before that, I mean, I was playing guys just as good as you, bro, and I held my own. I won tournaments against guys as good as you. So, and I had a scholarship to go play tennis at college. It was called Fredonia State, and this is before the internet. You had to like look the colleges up on, you know, in a book at a library, and decide what colleges you wanted. I also had, I went and played at University of Florida, but I had a scholarship for photography to go to UF, and my mom and my grandfather, like I was helping my grandfather, he was sick, so I had to go to Philadelphia and pick him up. So I had to work a job and kind of like just go to a junior college here. It's called Daytona Beach State College. So I went out there for like a year, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I took business administration, and then I was cooking and working at the Ocean's Racket Club, doing tennis and stuff. So I've always been around sports my whole life, and I noticed something. The reason I just want to tell you something. It's important what I'm saying. I noticed that when for the month I haven't been out, being able to play sports or get that energy out of me, like the natural adrenaline that goes with sport, I started becoming irritable and moody because I work in retail and people are pissing me off and they say the stupidest shit, like just crazy shit. And I was working at this gas station called Circle K, and I worked there for like a month, and I'm like, fuck this, I ain't working here overnight. I got junkies coming in trying to steal beer and people threatening me and stuff like that. It got threatened me with a fucking knife. I had to call my wife up and tell her to bring my fucking pistol to work because some assholes threatening me with a fucking knife after work. Like we called the cops, but they live in the fucking woods, bro. How you gonna find them? You know what I mean? And they ain't got nothing to lose. So I'm like, I'm not gonna work at a job where I gotta fucking carry a pistol. So then I went into Wawa's and was working there, and I'm like, these people pay no money and they want you to do so much work, and like they try to treat you like a kid when I can literally run that place with my eyes closed itself. Like places like that run themselves. So right now I just stick with my one job. I like where I work at now, and I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm not gonna injure my knee, busting my balls for fucking $15 an hour. None of that shit. I ain't doing none of that. I'm too old. I already got retirement money from working 32 years of my life. So I worked at the Adams Mark, which is now the Hilton. I worked there for 11 years, and I built up a pretty good retirement. So I'm pretty good about things. Like right now, I don't make a ton of money. I'm not a rich person, but I have enough to pay my bills and have a little bit of extra if there's there's not really any extra. I mean, I can buy fucking food and make sure I have water and electricity and shit like that. My rent's $1,500 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment with me and Ashley, and we like kind of turned into the other room. Well, there's 2 bedrooms, but they're small. So my other friend Chad lives with us, and because he didn't have a place to stay, and I've known Chad since I've been like 14 years old, and he's a good dude. He works over at Walmart. So yeah, like you don't know what people are going through in their personal life. Like this dude Trey probably goes to college. He's probably got a girlfriend. He's got other life besides doing tennis. And how much time does he have to train? And maybe somebody's calling him the last minute and say, hey, can we do a YouTube video and play some tennis? And maybe you can get a chance to train and stuff. There's a lot of factors, folks. So I'm gonna get to playing some tennis because we're talking. But I just wanted to let you guys know I appreciate all the support, and to be cool with people when you go to their channel. You don't know what people are going through, and you never would say this shit to these people in real life. You wouldn't talk this stuff to them like that because you get punched in your fucking mouth. And that's how I grew up. Like in my era, I'm 52 years old. I'll be 53 December 22nd. If you talk shit to people when I was growing up, you get punched in your mouth. You can expect that to happen. Now, people are bitches, and they want to talk shit on the internet, and they can't back it up when it comes to real life, But as I say, like guys like Mark, he's just kidding around. And then when people say shit about this dude, MEP, Ben, he's an amazing player. And this just shows you how little you know about tennis, because this dude has got so much spin on the ball when he hits a ball. It's hard to tee off on shit like that, okay? I don't even care if you're a pro. That's what pros do. They slice it and they hit with top spin, and with slice and different spins on the ball. You only see the highlights of good plays. Some of these dudes mishit a ball badly because of that. And then when you play against a guy like that, he's smart, he's got tactical abilities, and he's using spin. So you have to be very patient, and you have to identify what kind of shots are coming off his racket before the ball comes over the net. You have to be able to see watches the head of his racket when he's hitting the ball on his front or backhand or forehand. Plus, I think he's playing even better than he was before he's coming into the net. I just like people, man, and I don't like people talking, being mean to other people over some bullshit. Now, I was talking shit last year about this guy playing tennis in this USTA formats because I thought it was a bunch of bullshit. He's a good player, and they were throwing him into difficult situations for him to win. And I'm like, this guy just started playing tennis, and he's a 3 out of 5 player, And you guys, the USTA people, are putting this fucking guy against 4-0 players and stuff like that. Luckily, he's athletic and can pull through it and win it, but it's not the way that it should be done. You know, you should be playing at the levels that you play at, and then people don't even know what kind of levels they're at, or you know, like the ones that are talking shit. You're not a 4-0 player or a 4-5 player. You don't even know the difference between any of these people. You know, the difference between a 4-0 and a 4-5 player is their consistency, and they have a weapon, and they have the ability to be tactical. They're smart, they're tactical, they have a serve, they have a second serve, they're able to serve and volley, they're able to hit different shots, hit lobs, all that stuff. And a 4-0 player has those same shots, they're just not as consistent. They haven't been seasoned up in tournaments or had coaching and stuff. Like, I never really had any coaching. I've taught myself everything that I do, except football. I had good coaching in football, and I actually won presidential awards in playing football. I played defensive back, and I played kickoff and punt returns, and I was really good at it. But I also was playing against bigger people that made me run really fast because they're trying to kill me with the football. It was like, kill the man with the football, and I'm running my ass off. Because I'm only fucking 5'6", and I got guys that are 300-pound people running 4.5s and shit. So yeah, let's do some practice. What I do is I'll take this little bit of tennis balls right here, and I start at mini tennis and practice my serve, and then I'll go and hit off the tennis ball machine. So let's do this, okay? Let's go. This should be kind of cool. It's a little windy, but we ain't gonna complain about it. Let's do this. Do some shot tuning. Target to aim at? No, it's all good. Use conventional grip. Just working on loosening up. Loosening up. another thing is, what did I tell you? You know things are getting better when you can buy a case of tennis balls for 27 bucks now instead of 35. So, and I just got that today. I bought a case of Penn tennis balls for $27 with free shipping off of eBay. So, thank God for that. Let's get going where we can afford to buy stuff again. It'd be nice. I'm gonna be saving up my money to get a nice blade. I see Nick from the 2 Tennis and a few other guys. The guy Simon. I mean, because there's literally fucking 100 balls in there, dude. And every time you start getting into rhythm to hit the damn ball, this thing fucking sticks. Pisses me off. let me know, man. Practice the short ones because a lot of times people will get thrown off when the ball's short like that and they don't know how to react to it. So what I practice doing, as you can see, is I'll practice my drop shots in that area, and I will practice slicing or chipping. Just basically I'm trying to chip the ball or slice the ball and come in on it. And you can see the difference, how much spin is on this ball. So it's not easy to tee off on. And it takes practice, you know. Just keep going out here. And I missed a few because this damn ball machine, it keeps sticking. You know, you get in a groove. And I hold a continental grip when I'm hitting my backhand, slicing it, and on the two-hander. And I try to, what I've been working on is just using my hips and you try to bend my body and use my hips to hit the backhand. and I have, you know, a holder like that. It's pretty extreme sometimes, but I also like the rackets that are 27.5, like Nick was saying. I found a head racket like that, but it's made of aluminum, and I cracked it. I bought 3 of them, and I cracked one practice on my serve. So I'm bending it, and I was hitting with it a little bit, and I started bending the ball. I got it when I was hitting with Coach Steve to try to, get better, to get when I was having, working on my injury recovery, and Steve was killing me with lobs, to get me to learn how to move better. So I've been working on that. I've been working on slicing the ball, but I haven't played it a month because of my injury and the hurricanes that just went through here. And I posted a video about the hurricane, and everybody that I know is safe, thank God. But it did cause a lot of damage. We had a tree, you can't even make it up. Over there's another bench, and some of my friends were sitting here doing the round robin before the hurricane happened. That tree, part of the oak tree, probably 150-pound piece of tree, fell right where those benches were at. And if my friends wouldn't have moved out of the way earlier prior to go play tennis, because we were playing in round robin, it might have hit them. And that would have been, we're talking about people in their 70s, my friend. That would have been devastation. So God definitely was looking out for those folks. And I appreciate everybody watching. I'm gonna stop the video now. I'm gonna get the balls back, and then I'm gonna work. We're gonna work more. And this time now I'm gonna work on my forehand, the short ones, and then I'll move the machine up further, and I'll get the ball to bounce by the baseline, and I'm gonna work on getting the ball on the rise and hitting it with my hips. I'm gonna work on just hitting it with my hips and trying to use the semi-western grip, which most of my life I use like an eastern grip, and I like that grip. But this semi-western, you can definitely get a little bit more spin on the ball. But I also like to sometimes just go back to the continental grip when I hit flat. When I hit real flat, when I go for it, I'll go to a just because that's how I learned how to play when I was a little kid. So, and it goes. I mean, you can knock the shit out of the ball. So the grips are important, and I think everybody uses on it. They don't realize it that they change their grip on certain shots. Like if you have to hit a big lob on the run, obviously you're probably gonna, if you're hit with top spin anyway, you're probably gonna go more to, if you're hitting with a semi-western before, you're probably gonna go to even a western grip to hit that ball like that. But when I'm on the run like that and I'm throwing up lobs, I pretty much am holding an eastern grip because I'm just kind of like pushing the ball over their head. But when I go for a lob, I'll have a semi-western, and I'll come up underneath it and get it as high as I can hit it up in the air. That way, if it's short, they still have to deal with that height of the ball being in the air, and you're outside too, so it makes a difference. Playing indoors, I've never played indoors. Tennis, I played soccer indoors before when I was a kid, and it's weird, man. It's just weird. Everything echoes and stuff. And then we play basketball inside too at the Y, so kind of used to that. But tennis, I never played indoors before. I look forward to traveling around and meeting people once our economy gets better. I really do. And hopefully I'll get better and better by practicing and getting in, start playing in more matches. Right now I got to get a car because Ashley and I are sharing a car, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to be able to travel and do shit. So I have to look to get another car because my other car that I got taken. I got some guy, this car lot, they're shady. I didn't know. They sell bad cars. This car was leaking oil. The power steering went on it. All kinds of shit was just, and I already put $3,500 into it already, and I owed another $1,500. So it would have cost me about $2,000 to get it fixed, plus the $1,500, and the car wasn't worth it. And I literally could have just went on Facebook and got the same kind of car for $2,500 out the door, or even $2,000. And I like that Chevy HHR Cruiser. It's a really cool car. It has plenty of room for people. It's great for traveling. The thing comes down. There's a back space to put your tennis ball machine and all your equipment. It is awesome. It was like one of my favorite cars. But just out of general principle, I took my tag off of it because the power steering went out at the gas station. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, I just put money in the gas tank. I'm like, no, no, no. I got my gas out of that car, pushed it, you know, put it back in the can, pushed it over there, called this guy up, this Russian. I'm like, you shady fucker, come get your car, you're a fucking scumbag, and I'm gonna put you on Facebook and tell people not to buy from you. And then when I talked to my other friends that I know, they said that they got taken by him too. So I was like, damn, this guy's fucking bad news, man. He should be in jail, really. But there's no lemon laws here in Florida. That's why these scumbags move here, because the laws don't really protect the consumers, and they used to not protect the elderly from these scumbags doing business during hurricanes. They would rob these people blind and not be held accountable for it, unless you had family members or friends that, you know, would take things in their own hands and make these people get back the money or do the work. And that happens a lot down here. People take it upon themselves to make sure justice is done, and it works, believe me. People get their money back and the work gets done. So I appreciate everybody watching. We're gonna take a break. Like I said, I'm gonna get the balls, and we're gonna do the next one will be forehand. Thanks again, and everybody have a good day.